Caminata.
Comenzamos en nombre del Padre, y del Hijo, y del Espíritu Santo. Amén.
The Caminata was already a tradition at the church, but it would take a little more muscle to keep the peace on the streets. If foot patrols were the way to curb violence, then police on foot seemed the logical answer.
And each leader had to interview 5 people. And when people went around our neighborhood, they asked people, what is the biggest issue in this neighborhood? And like overwhelmingly, the biggest issue was police. You know, policing in the neighborhood, the violence in the neighborhood, fear of their children getting killed.
So that's how the whole idea of researching other community policing efforts around the country became about. And the idea of initiating our own model became about. We secure the support of the city for this effort. We secure the support of the council member for this effort. We have secured the support of the Housing Authority of the City of Los Angeles, as well as the Los Angeles Police Department support.
This morning, in honor of our children and youth, of this community whose blood has been spilled on our streets, the youth, the children, may your presence bless us as we gather here this morning in this great city of Los Angeles with a dream where our neighborhood will be safe.
Caminata.
Comenzamos en nombre del Padre, y del Hijo, y del Espíritu Santo. Amén.
The Caminata was already a tradition at the church, but it would take a little more muscle to keep the peace on the streets. If foot patrols were the way to curb violence, then police on foot seemed the logical answer.
And each leader had to interview 5 people. And when people went around our neighborhood, they asked people, what is the biggest issue in this neighborhood? And like overwhelmingly, the biggest issue was police. You know, policing in the neighborhood, the violence in the neighborhood, fear of their children getting killed.
So that's how the whole idea of researching other community policing efforts around the country became about. And the idea of initiating our own model became about. We secure the support of the city for this effort. We secure the support of the council member for this effort. We have secured the support of the Housing Authority of the City of Los Angeles, as well as the Los Angeles Police Department support.
This morning, in honor of our children and youth, of this community whose blood has been spilled on our streets, the youth, the children, may your presence bless us as we gather here this morning in this great city of Los Angeles with a dream where our neighborhood will be safe for our children to play in, a dream where all of us, the city, the police, and the community will work together, juntos, trabajando juntos. Te pedimos, Señor, that your blood will not be shed in vain.
Mayor Hahn, do you still stand by your commitment, yes or no?
Yes, sí.
¿Se puede? ¡Sí se puede! ¿Se puede? ¡Sí se puede! Thank you.
After 2 years of studying the issue and lobbying City Hall, the Community Policing Project was born.
We need a new way of living here. We need to work together like a family, where everyone is welcome to a better life.
All of us sacrifice our families week after week to have a safer place for all children. I feel proud to be a leader, not only here, but in my house. I want my daughters and my husband to be proud of me. That's why I make an effort. After coming home tired from work, I continue to work for a peace. I feel that children are safer when I see more police watching the children after school. I know that the sacrifice that the leaders make has its rewards. And the reward for me is seeing all of you here today.
May their presence here make a wonderful, godly difference in all our lives.
Now the women had some backup. officers from the nearby Hollenbeck Division patrolling on bicycle and on foot.
Basically, this whole thing just creates or breaking down walls that were up there before. People that were maybe scared to go and talk to police officers, maybe they feel a little intimidated for one reason or another. Now, with us out here, they're, making contact with us on an everyday basis, and and we're breaking down these walls.
First time in years, Dolores Mission celebrated the feast day of its patron saint without fear of the streets. The neighborhood is moving forward on all fronts, spiritual and material. Pico Aliso is the country's largest housing project west of the Mississippi. And today, it's being rebuilt from the ground up. The circa 1940s housing is giving way to newer apartments and a new determination to make a better neighborhood. Along with the new homes, a multi-million-dollar technical training center is planned only blocks away from the church.
It's going to be a $10 million project here, and I'm very proud that we're putting this forward, and we're going to continue working on that.
Residents hope it'll bring sorely needed jobs for neighborhood youth.
Amen.
We know that our hopes are also going to be realized. On this site, en este sitio va a crecer un centro de aprendizaje para nuestros jóvenes. Real jobs, good jobs in the future. We're very grateful to Councilman Nick Pacheco, to all of the city leaders who have helped make this a reality.
Jobs for a Future is more than an empty slogan around here. It's the actual name of a storefront operation around the corner from Dolores Mission, run by its former pastor, Father Greg Boyle, S.J.
All right, hopefully. All right, Adele. Take care. Okay, I'll call you then, or check in with me.
This is not for those who need it. This is only for those who want it. And here it is. When you're ready, and it takes what it takes for a gang member to say, I've had enough, our doors are open to them. That's the idea. That's the model.
So what's up, G?
Can we get you a job? Are you in the...
I was just asking. I need a job bad, man.
Yeah.
The living of the gospel has to be showing, not telling. It's not about proclaiming a message. It's about becoming that message. It's about concrete help. It's not about talking to them. And I think that's the difference. My hope is that gang members will walk through this door and receive concrete help that will help them, assist them, take the next step.
Its companion Homeboy Industries markets clothing and other services, turning gang members from a life of crime to a life worth living. Former gang member Luis Rivera says he's alive thanks to the efforts of Jobs for a Future.
Every day somebody will get shot, every other day somebody will get killed. That was my news, But ever since Homeboy Industries, I hear good news. Hey, so-and-so got a job. He's been working for Homeboy Industries for so long. He's staying out of trouble. I hear good news now.
Not long ago, he was just another high-risk offender looking at years behind bars.
Basically led to a violent lifestyle. I've been shot 3 times, 3 different occasions. But at that time, I didn't really care what happened to my life. I didn't care if I lived or died.
Today, he's working full-time at Homeboy, supervising the removal of tattoos.
This is all your medical information, which is confidential, so you know what you want your doctor.
Hey, how's it going? How you doing? You got lots of tattoos. What are you working on? Oh, wow.
That was gone, huh? Yeah, but actually,
What was that one say?
It was my enemies crossed out, Rockwood and that man. RW, that man.
When something permanent becomes part of you and is something negative, like a name of a gang, for some reason, even though you kind of try to get out of the gang, every time you see yourself in the mirror and you see that gang name tattooed on you, it kind of says, I can't leave. It's part of me. And it kind of marks you like a scar. And every time you see it, or every time somebody else sees it, kind of reminds you, you know, you stuck with this gang. It's like chains put on you.
Take care, right? So did you ask
we know that it was our mistake of all the killings, all that hurt that we caused to our moms, to our neighbors. We made the first step and say, you know what, Father Greg, if you put us together, we won't fight. We'll work together. And before you know it, rival gangs become best friends here at Homeboy Industries. And community has come together and say, you know what, the homeboys can work together. We should come together and help them out and be there for them. And if there's a gunshots going on, we're calling the police right away. I don't care if they arrest my son or if it's your son, we're calling the police. You know, we let the police handle it. Rather that than have somebody get killed.
Looking out for each other is a full-time job in the neighborhood. Dolores Mission is a small parish in a big town, but it is rich in ministries that reach out to those in need. On a typical weekday, hundreds of people line up for food, clothing, and medical clinics sponsored by a ministry called Proyecto Guadalupano. A few doors away, a daycare center built by former gang members looks after the children of working single mothers. Across the street, the parish elementary school teaches the 3 R's to their older brothers and sisters.
1, 2, 3, say money. All right, let's do one more.
And the nearby Dolores Mission Alternative School helps at-risk youth and ex-gang members get an education. Finally, a men's homeless shelter supports mostly new immigrants from Mexico and Central America and helps them find work. Every night, different parish groups take turns making dinner for the homeless. Tonight, the youth group is cooking lasagna. And tonight, a little after-dinner music on the roof. And every night, scores of men bed down in the pews of Dolores Mission Church, watched over by the Lady of Sorrows. Everything else from baptisms, weddings, funerals, and daily masses are somehow accomplished.
It was very important that it was him that was doing it, and it's like it gets away.
How it all gets done is another matter. Dolores Mission has many friends and is always welcoming more. Some of those friends come bearing gifts, others come with a gift of their talents. Actor Martin Sheen, a longtime friend of Dolores Mission, joins Father Kennedy during a visit to nearby Central Juvenile Hall, transforming a prison into a place of prayer.
But who would ever think that this is how God would be revealed? A criminal, bloody, scorned. This is everything the opposite of who we think God is. You truly have shown God's face, even here on the cross. You have redefined who God is. You have identified with people at the bottom. You have chosen a path that truly shows self-giving, shows the face of your Abba.